Namaste. It is with immense pleasure that I welcome each and every one of you to Vedic Astrology Masterclass Series 2024, a comprehensive and an enlightening online lecture series proudly presented by Raman and Rajeshwari Research Foundation. I'm Dr. Akhila Murthy, your host and guide for today's session. We are truly excited to have you join us from various corners of the world as we embark on yet another journey of intellectual discovery. Whether you're a seasoned professional, a student, or simply someone with a thirst for knowledge, we believe that today's session will offer valuable insights and perspectives on astrology. Today, we are gathered here to explore a topic, Mighty Saturn for beginners. We encourage you to approach today's masterclass with curiosity and an open mind as we research into a subject that is both complex and fascinating. It is now my great honor to introduce our eminent speaker for today's masterclass, Sri Pandit Sanjay Raji. Jyotish Guru Pandit Sanjay Raji belongs to a traditional family of astrologers from Bira Balabhadrapura Shasan, a village in Puri, Odisha, which traces their lineage back to Sri Achyutadas ji. His grandfather, the late Pandit Jagannath Raji, was the Jyotishya Ratna of Odisha and authored many books on Jyotishya Shastram. Sri Pandit Sanjay Raji is a teacher of Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, Jaimini Upadesha Sutras, and Shiva Mahapurana. He has many students around the world. He has been teaching in the faculty development program of the Government of India, which aims to educate professors and lecturers across universities in India about traditional knowledge. He has authored several renowned Jyotisha Shastram books, such as Crux of Vedic Astrology, Vedic Remedies in Astrology, Jaimini Maharishi's Upadesha Sutras, Vimshottariyan Udu Dashas, Narayana Dasha, Brihat Nakshatra, and many more. Sri Pandit Sanjay Raji teaches, lectures, and consults extensively, and he has students and clients all over the world. And now, without further delay, let us welcome Sri Pandit Sanjay Raji. We are all ears and eagerly waiting for today's masterclass on Mighty Saturn for beginners. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Akila. It was a pleasure to learn that those of you who don't know, Dr. Akila has got a PhD on Jyotish from Calcutta University. So you see, we people made an effort to have this subject in the universities. It is now in the universities, and we are having PhD students in the subject. So our topic for today is the mighty Saturn for beginners. So before we start, I would like to do my pranam first to Dr. Bea Raman. So just Om Gurubhyo Namah. And with that, we start Mighty Saturn for beginners. This is an absolute beginner's class. I will try to keep it as simple as possible and as easy as possible for you. Basically, what we are going to learn is that it is the last visible graha from Earth. So what is the implication of that? Why this is the last visible graha? What is the implication? He rules the ritus. What are the things that Saturn rules? He rules a ritu like Shishira, which is the winter, which is the time of the cold. And what is the implication of that? And then we will talk about the Karaka. Saturn is Karaka for the 8th house and the 12th house. You people who are listening to this are not new to houses. And you know that the 8th house and the 12th house are among the dreaded houses in Jyotish. So he is the Karaka, or the hand of God, when it comes to those houses. Devata, the Devata of Saturn, as taught by Parashara, is Ka or Ka, and that's Brahma, more like Prajapati. We will come to that part also. And we need to learn about the Tattva or Vayu Tattva, which is controlled by Rudradev. So with that, let me begin with the slides. Panchatara Graha. Now in this shloka, the second and the third shlokas among the Graha Adhyaya, There Parashara talks about Akashe Yane Drishyante Jyotirbimba Anekyasya Teshu Nakshatra Sangyani Graha Sangyani Kanchit Tani Nakshatra Mani Sthira Sthanani Yani Chai. Sthira Sthanani means those stars which you see in the night sky and which are fixed, which are not moving about, which are fixed in one place, are the nakshatras, and the things that are moving about that you can see. See, look at the words of Parashar. He is talking about looking at the night sky. When you look at the night sky, what do you see? You see some blinking lights. Some lights out there are there, small bulbs are glowing in the darkness. Now, some of these are fixed in the sky. They are not moving, whereas some are moving in the sky. Now, out there you see a picture over there, and you can see that there are a lot of these little bulbs, these tiny little bulbs out here. You can see all these little ones, so many of these. These are called Tara, or the stars in the sky. Then on top of that, there are some more of them which are slightly brighter, but the brighter or less brighter is not the criteria over here. The criteria is that they are moving. They are chara. So we learned two things over here. Chara, Tara are the graha. These grahas, what is a graha? A graha is a tara. It's like a star or something bright light in the sky, which is moving. So it is chara. Whereas the other stars are sthira. They are fixed. They are sthira. These are the tara, or these are the nakshatras. So this is the big difference between them. The nakshatras are sthira. They are not moving. They are there. Whereas the grahas are moving over there in the sky. So now, how many of them are moving that we can see with a naked eye? Not with a telescope, not with a special object, but with the eye. The last of these grahas is Saturn. Very interesting. So the grahas that we can see with the naked eye are only 5 grahas. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn are the 5 grahas which we see in the night sky. Interesting, huh? Now, what else do we see in the night sky? Most of the time we see a moon, but sometimes for 3 nights the moon is also not visible, right? So think of a night sky where the moon is not visible. So what is visible in the night sky? Like Amavasya. In Amavasya, you can only see 5 Tattva planets. So remember, Amavasya, no moon. Amavasya, only 5 planets. And other days you are seeing 6, which is 5 of these, 5 plus 1, which is the moon, right? This moon is a very powerful thing because it is a satellite of the Earth. And it's moving in the sky at a very high speed, at the rate of about 1 nakshatra, roughly 1 nakshatra per day. So it covers 28 nakshatras in 28 days, not 27, 28. So this 28 days became what is called the civil month. It became the month or the season of the moon. So the lunar month has 28 days, and these 28 days was divided into 4 weeks. Each week had 7 days. Very interesting, huh? If you look at the ancient calendar, it has 7 days. These 7 days, called Saptaha or the week, is ruled by Mars, whereas the lunar month of 28 days is ruled by the moon. So therefore, the moon and Mars became Matrikaraka. These 2 planets, Moon and Mars, they became the Matrikaraka because they were ruling or defining the lunar calendar. Now, when this moon is moving in the sky, it is coming close to some planets. When the moon comes near any planet, let us say the moon comes near Jupiter, So we say the moon is Yuti Guru, moon is conjoined Jupiter. But what happens really? Unless there is a big latitude difference between the moon and Jupiter, Jupiter vanishes. The moon covers Jupiter because Jupiter is going behind the moon. So whenever the moon comes close to a planet, that planet is vanishing. And moon is becoming very, very important. So that planet is hiding behind the moon and influencing the moon. Hey, do this. Hey, do this. So Jupiter's vibrations are hitting the moon, and the moon, suddenly the moon, which is supposed to be tranquil, which is supposed to love everybody, which is supposed to like everybody, suddenly has a bias. The moon suddenly likes Jupiter kind of people. Moon suddenly says, I like gurus, I like religious people. Then after a day or 2 days, you can see here you can see on 17th August, it was with Jupiter. And then it goes further, further, further. And in 21st August, it is with Saturn. And on this day, the vibration of Saturn is touching the moon. Ooh, I'm feeling cold. But no, you are not feeling cold, moon. Moon is still equal distance from Earth, right? So moon is not supposed to feel cold. But from the back of the head, Saturn is talking to the moon. Blah, blah. Somebody standing behind you and telling you all the time, you are cold, you are cold, you are cold, I am cold, I am cold. So the moon starts believing, I am cold, I am cold, I am cold. So moon starts believing he is cold. Moon starts believing there is no God. Moon starts believing this life is only of suffering. Moon starts going into depression. Moon starts looking for a master who can take him out of this depression. So therefore, whichever planet is conjoined the moon in this transit has a huge influence in the whole horoscope, because the mind is everything that is there in a person. The mind is the king. So here we realize a very important thing, whereas all the other grahas are influencing the mind in different ways, Saturn is the one who's causing a depression. Saturn is the one who is telling that, look, I am right at the border where the eyesight is ending. Beyond this, you can't see the grahas. That is why in Jyotish, we don't take planets beyond Saturn, because Parashara says so. So we are clear on this part, right? And there is these planets, these five grahas, which are visible in the night sky. There is a very specific name for that. What are they? They are like Tara. They are like nakshatras. So they are like Tara and then Graha. So they get a very special name, Tara Graha. So how many Tara Grahas are there? There are five Tara Grahas. Who are they? They are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn in that order. Good. They resemble stars of the night sky, but are mobile, char. Okay? And are stationary. So Graha Vidya, the Graha Vidya or the knowledge about grahas starts from here, because we saw these grahas in the night sky. In the daytime, nothing is visible. Only one. Only one is visible in the daytime. So we say that the day and the night are different. In the day, there is only one, and we call that a Bija Mantra. What is this Bija Mantra? The Bija Mantra is Om. Surya says Om. There is only Om. There is nothing other than Om. So only one. Because nothing else is there in the sky. Only Surya is there in the sky. But in the night, there can be five. Namah Shivaya. Or there can be six. Moon and five. So moon, what is the moon? Moon is only a reflector. Moon is a mirror. Whatever the sun is telling, the moon is echo, echo. So whenever you think of the moon, think of echo. You are just echoing what the sun is telling. What did the sun say? The sun said, Om. So what is the moon echoing? Om. Sun, Om. Moon, Om. So now this Om, we are going to add to Namah Shivaya. What do we get? Om Namah Shivaya. So when the moon is in the sky, what is the mantra in the night sky? Om Namah Shivaya. When the moon is not in the sky, what is the mantra in the sky? Namah Shivaya. You see the difference. The difference is there is no sunlight, nor the moon's reflecting the sunlight in the night sky. So Om is not there. As far as us, we are concerned, we in Bhuloka are concerned. Somebody who is in Mars or somewhere else is getting the sunlight. They don't have a problem. They are getting the sunlight. So long as you're getting the sunlight, you have Om. Keep that in mind. Okay, these 5 Tara Graha will map to 5 Tattvas. So one thing that is there always in the night sky is 5 Tara Grahas. The common factor is the 5 Tara Grahas, and one among them is this mighty Saturn. Okay, these 5 Tara Grahas are ruling 5 Tattvas, which are also later becoming the 5 Panchabhutas. Mercury is the first one. So let's start with the one which is closest to the sun. Mercury, we say you are dense, you are strong, you are thick. So you are Prithvi Tattva. You are very close. The atoms are very closely packed. So that is why you are Prithvi. Then Venus. Venus is slightly far away. Look at the order of the planets. Mercury is the closest, so he is Prithvi. Prithvi is dense, very, very dense. Slightly more loose is Jala. Jala is more loose. It can move about. Prithvi cannot move, he's fixed in a place. So mobility starts. Mobility starts with Jala. Prithvi is not mobile. Jala is mobile. The beginning of mobility is with Jala. So from where does mobility come? It comes from Jala. It starts with Jala. Subsequent are also having mobility. For example, Agni is also mobile. Light can move. Light is not fixed in one place. The light from the sun is traveling to the earth. So light can move. Wind can move. And Akash can also move. That is, the magnetic field is always there. And so therefore we say that the lower tattvas, what is there in the lower tattva is also there in the upper ones. Okay, get the idea? So mobility starts with Shukra. Because mobility starts with Shukra, we say Shukra becomes Karaka for Vahana, for vehicles, for mobility. So if you can move around, if you are able to move around, it is because of Shukra. So let's ask a very simple question. Can a tree walk around? Have you seen trees walking around the planet? No. Trees don't walk around. Trees are fixed in a place. So therefore, all the trees are ruled by Mercury, Prithvi. The big boss of all the trees is Mercury. But what about animals? All the animals like you, like me, like the cow, like the tiger, we all can move around freely on the planet. Most of us can. Some of them in jail, even inside the jail, they can move around. Restricted mobility. That's Shukra. So we are all, our boss, our big boss is Shukra. It's very important in Jyotish to know who is your big boss. So for plant, the whole plant kingdom is ruled by Mercury, whereas the whole animal kingdom is ruled by Venus. And why is that so? Because mobility is there with Shukra and Buddha is immobile as Prithvi Tattva. So we say that this is Sthira, and this is Chara. Do you get that? Buddha rules Prithvi and Prithvi is Sthira. Shukra rules Jala and Jala is Chara. Jivatmas, which are Chara, are the animal kingdom. Jivatmas, which are Sthira, is the plant kingdom. Now come back to the night sky. Come back to that night sky. In the night sky, we had two main things, right? There was a Chara and a Sthira. So when we say what is the Sthira, the Sthira are called the Nakshatra. So the Nakshatra's top quality is Buddha, right? So we say that the trees are going to map to the nakshatra. All the nakshatras will rule trees. Till now, see, many of you know a little bit of Jyotish, right? You all know that, look, all the trees are mapping to nakshatras. But till now, you did not know why they are mapping to nakshatras. Today, you know why those trees are mapping to nakshatras. Because of the Sthira connect. You see, I derived it. Did you see Sthira over here in Prithvi Tattva? And the Taras, which are Taras, the nakshatras are Sthira. So therefore, this Mercury or the trees are linked to nakshatras. Whereas humans and all the animals, they are Chara. So we are linked by Venus. So therefore, the entire Jiva, all the Jivas, all the Jiva, they are coming of two categories. That is called Chara category and that is called Sthira category. Sthira comes under Prithvi, which is Mercury, and Chara is under Jala, which is Venus. And together, all this is called Rajas. Rajas is creation. Creation is subject of Rajas. All trees are created. All human beings, all animals are created. So they are all coming under Rajas. Rajas is creating them. But the Rajas of Mercury is creating the trees and the plants and the whole plant kingdom. Whereas the Rajas of Venus is creating all the human beings and all the animals. So therefore, in a human being's chart, it is very important to see Shukra. Whereas in a plant, we have to see Buddha. Am I being clear? We will go more into creation, Shrishti later. But now, these two planets, if you observe, are between the sun, between Surya and Earth. Between these two are Mercury and Venus. So all the Rajas is happening over here. Do you see that? They are between the sun and earth. So we say sun is Shiva and the earth is Bhudevi. So therefore we say all of us, whether the trees and the plants and you and me, we are all nothing but the gift of Shiva to Bhudevi. You are a gift of Shiva to Bhudevi. I am a gift of Shiva to Bhudevi. We are all a gift of Shiva to Bhudevi. And are we making the Bhudevi happy by being here? Or are we creating pain for her? That is a question. A gift is something which is supposed to make someone happy. When Shiva gave this gift to Bhudevi, it was meant that you and I will make her happy. But the question is, do you make Bhudevi happy? So that is the hard question. So to consider what we do over here, we have the other side, the grahas on the other side, called the limit of visibility, looking the other way from the sun. So we have the sun over here, we have earth over here. And when we look the other way, means the back to the sun. Earth is not looking at the sun. Earth is looking away from the sun. When we look away from the sun, three grahas will come. Mangal, Guru and Shani. So let us put these grahas in order. Let me put the grahas in order. So we have Mars, we have Saturn, which is very far away. Then we have Jupiter, and then we have Mars. Right? So we say Saturn, which is far away, is like Brahma, the creator. So because beyond Saturn we cannot see. Beyond Saturn, eyes cannot see. Similarly, there are many things that we cannot see. We cannot see where we came from. So all that is which is beyond the visibility range, that border is marked by Saturn. Saturn is the border of the vision. What we cannot see hides behind the shadows of Saturn. So we say Saturn is like there must be a creator God, and Jupiter is the sustainer God, and Mars is the destroyer God. So therefore there must be three gods for us. Why are there three gods for us? Saturn is the creator. He created us. We came from the dhund. We came from the mist. We came from a mist. We don't know where we came from. We came from a mist. And from that mist we entered through Saturn. We were born over here. Saturn created us. And then Jupiter is going to sustain us. And Mars is going to destroy us. So Saturn is going to be the Devata. Let us call him Brahma. Brahma is a creator. So then Jupiter will become Vishnu and Mars will become Rudra. So which are the three gods as far as the grahas are concerned? This is the first concept of Devata in the Hindu Dharma. The one who is furthest away is Brahma. So Saturn's Devata is Brahma, creator. Jupiter's Devata is Vishnu, the sustainer. And Mars Devata is Rudra. So Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva is wrong. It is Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra. From Jyotish it is very clear. Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra. Because Shiva is here with the sun. Shiva is not with Mars. Mars is on the other side. When you look other side, it is Mars. When you look to the sun, it is Shiva. So Shiva is with the sun. Mars is Rudra. They are different. Mangal is different from Surya. Okay? Good. This is for beginners, so I'll leave it there. But everything I am deriving. To the best of my abilities, I'm trying to derive it for you. Let us go to the next slide. Planet moons. Did you notice something? When you study physics, when you study geography, when you study astronomy, it is very important to study astronomy, because there we learn about these planets, planetary bodies, and what is there in the sky. Here is the clear picture of what is happening. I was talking about this just now. You see, the light of the sun, the visible light, is empowering our eyes. Our eyes are empowered by the sun. And this power of the sun is reaching till Saturn. Beyond this, the sun eye is not working. If the eye of the sun is not working, we call this the 10th house limit. 10th house limit, right? What is 10th house? 10th house is Swarga, the sky, like looking up. When I sit and I look up, how far I can see. 10th house is the sky above me. The sky above me is the 10th house. And what is the limit of my vision? The 10th house limit is Saturn. So we say Saturn rules 10th house. Very interesting, huh? The limit of the 10th house is Saturn. So Saturn rules the 10th house. Do you see the derivation of why Saturn rules Makara Rashi? Now, when we come to sun and earth, when these two are talking to each other, when the sun is sending the light he is sending over here is not just light. That is also called soul light. The soul or the Atman is a light. You are a light. I am a light. The real you and me is a ray of light about the size of a thumb. And that is called the Atman, the Jiva. So this light is being gift. It is the gift of Surya because light can only come from sun. So this light is the gift of Surya to earth. So the light is coming to earth. But Mercury is not having any moon. Venus is not having any moon. You see, baby is known from moon. Earth has got one moon. Moon is telling baby. So this sunlight, just earth is having one moon. So because of that, that one baby is the desire of earth. Give me one baby. Please let me have one baby. It is very interesting. The woman, I am not a woman, so I really don't know. But women know. When you have desire for children, do you desire to have one baby at a time? Let me have one baby. I think I will have a son. I think I will have a daughter. Do you think like that? Or do you think let me have 15 baby? Do you think like 15 baby, 20 baby? No. You think of one baby. Do you know why you think of one baby? Because Earth is having one moon. So let us say tomorrow for some reason we human beings can go from Earth to Jupiter. Jupiter is having many moons, many moons. So then you want many babies. Mars has got two moons. He has got two moons. So two babies, two followers, two anucharas, two followers, two spouses, two companions, two babies. That is how we think. Two. Earth, one. Mars, two. Jupiter and Saturn, many. Clear? Brahma is the giver of. Now let us again start. Saturn, we said was Brahma. Then Jupiter, we said was Vishnu. And this is Rudra. So you somehow, you are coming from here. The body is required. You want a baby. When your mother wants a baby, she wants a body, right? She doesn't want a ghost in the house. She wants a real baby in the house. So first is body. A body has to be created. This body must have a soul. I mean, it should be alive, animated. So it needs a soul. And then it must have a mind. Right? It must have a mind. So it must be able to talk. You will do in the beginning, you will do kuchi kuchi to the baby. Then the baby will become big and you will teach him A, B, C, D. Then the baby will become more and you will teach words and all. You can talk. You can then say, oh, why don't you become engineer? You see that little thing which didn't exist is now become an engineer. You see that? So that's all happening, right? So we need a body which is to be given by Brahma. We need a soul which has to be given by Vishnu, and a mind which has to be given by Rudra. So this Saturn is the devata of his devata is Ka, and Ka basically is I think I'm going very advanced. I will restrict it here. I don't need to go there right now. I don't need to go into aksharas and teach you all that kala and all that stuff. No. Or maybe I do. Let's see. So did you get this point about Saturn? Let's quickly go to the Tattva Grahas. Let's quickly go to the Tattvas. Now, when we talk about the planets, which was the lowest? Lowest was Mercury. Remember the 5 Tattva Grahas? The closest to the Sun. So I'm going to put the Sun over here. And I start going up. So I go to Mercury first, Prithvi Tattva. Then I go over here, Venus, Jala Tattva. Then I go over here, Mars, Agni Tattva. Then I go to the chest region, Saturn, Vayu Tattva. Then I go to the head region, Jupiter, Akash Tattva. So you see, all these planets are in order, excepting these two have interchanged. Have you seen that? Because Jupiter, which was here, has gone over there, and Saturn, which was there, has come over here. But the Devatas are very clear. The Devatas do not move. What happened to this? No. Okay. So anyway, this is the tattva. So we are concerned about Saturn and Vayu tattva. Saturn is Vayu. Vayu is what? Vayu, as far as you and I are concerned, is air, and Saturn is giving us the air to be. So Saturn says, okay, Sanjay, you got a certain quota. You have some 21 million breath or something like that, right? Some million breaths means you can breathe so many 100,000 times, whatever it is. There's a quota for you. So if you breathe slowly, if I breathe slowly, I can stretch the quota. If I breathe fast, I finish the quota. Do you see that? So how we are consuming the quota is known from the way we breathe, and that is called Prana Pada. So Prana Pada or PP in your horoscope tells me how you are consuming the quota of Vayu that Shani has given to you. Now, what is quota? What happens when this quota will finish? You die. If you cannot breathe anymore, you are dead. You see the point here? If you cannot breathe anymore, you are dead. So we say, Shani, you are Ayush Karaka. So what is Shani? Shani is Ayu Karaka. How is Shani Ayu Karaka? Because you see, from Vayu, from the word Vayu, if I remove Va, what is left? Ayu. How interesting. So remember, Vayu is linked to Ayu. Will you remember this? Vayu is Ayu. Vayu is Ayu. Vayu is Ayu. You'll remember this, right? Good. And Shani therefore becomes the most important planet. If I think I am dying, who is saying knock knock, your quota is going to get depleted? What happens when you become sick? You start breathing faster. You start depleting your quota. What happens when you are healthy? You are consuming the quota very calmly. What happens when you are anxious? You are depleting the quota. What happens when you are relaxed? Your quota will stretch. That is why meditation is so good. Otherwise, why do you need to meditate? You can watch Netflix. So it's better to meditate, because if you meditate, you will not have anxiety and you are stretching the quota. You're going to live longer. Who helps you to stretch the quota? There's a Devata over here who is making you breathe. There's a Devata who is sitting over here in this region. His name is Vishnu. We call him Jagannath. So he is sitting over there and breathing. It's all that Soham. You can go to Shri Ravi Shankar and learn that breathing, and he will teach you Soham Hansa. So there's a mantra for this. Om Hrim Hamsa Soham Swaha. Om Hrim Hansa Soham Swaha. It's a beautiful mantra. It's all about breathing. When you learn meditation, you live long. So did you get that? So Saturn lords this Agyakya Chakra. He maps to Tapar Loka. Now this is the Tattva story, and this is the Graha story. Now very interesting. This side is the Tattvas, on this side are the Grahas. In the grahas, there are 7 grahas in the beginning. Mooladhara has Mars. Then Swadhisthana has got Sun. As these are governors. These are governors. Governors are like boss. He's like the boss of the system. Venus is Manipura. Then Anahata is where Bhagavan is sitting, is Mercury. Vishuddhi is the moon over here. Saturn is Agyakhya. And Jupiter is Sahasrara. So who sits on top of the head? Who sits in the Ara Chakra? Who sits in the Ara Chakra? This chakra, the short name for this chakra is Ara. And who sits on that? Guru sits on that. So 4 gurus sit on top of your head in succession. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Parama Gurave Namaha. Om Paratpara Gurave Namaha. Om Parameshti Gurave Namaha. The 4. And Parameshti Guru is Shiva. And in the Agya Chakra, which is Gya, knowledge. So the objective of Saturn, ignorance, is to get Gya, knowledge. And that is why tapasya, or hard work, mental work, which causes mental fatigue, is ruled by Saturn. Saturn rules Taparloka. So from the houses, we say this is 7th house, Swadhisthana is 8th house, Manipura is 9th house, Anahata is 10th house, Vishuddha is 11th house, Gya or Agyakhya Chakra is 12th house, and Ara or Sahasrara is Lagna. So that is how the whole mapping is clean. So we got to bear in mind that Saturn is checking how hard are you working in your head. So a negative Saturn is a lazy person. He shirks work, he shirks responsibility. Whereas the positive Saturn delights in good work and is tireless like Hanuman. There is no worker like Hanuman. He is tireless. So if we worship Hanuman on Saturdays, Saturn gives us the power to work. But that Hanuman is Rudra Rupa Hanuman. He who is making us work, he's teaching us to work, he's teaching us to become superb in what we do. So you get the idea. So let's go to the next. In a Panchanga, what do I see in a Panchanga? Look, in a Panchanga, the same Tattva planets we are going to use in the Panchanga. There is a day Vara, which is Agni. Okay, you can see the Vara is Agni. So you are born in the night or the day is mentioned over here. Tithi is Jala. You see that? Karana is Prithvi. You see that? And the Nakshatra is Vayu. So we realize, you see, the entire Nakshatra Jyotish is Vayu. And Vayu, it is very important in Vayu that Saturn should be strong. So we say, who is this Lord of this Nakshatra? In Vimshottari, it is Mercury. Vimshottari is a very important system. In there, we say the Lord of this Nakshatra, let us say in this case, Moon is in Ashlesha. So therefore, the Lord of this Nakshatra is Mercury. So the Vayu that you are getting, who is responsible for giving Vayu to you? This Nakshatra. There is a nakshatra called Ashlesha with a devata called Sarpa. He is going to give Vayu for this Jataka. Do you understand? You live so long as you are getting the Vayu from the nakshatra. Therefore, the nakshatra is the most important thing for you. You have to stay alive. You have to stay alive if you have to do something in life. If you just die, then it is all over. No? So stay alive. How to stay alive? Focus on the nakshatra. This Lord of nakshatra has to be very, very strong. If he is very strong, you will breathe. You will breathe and he will breathe for you. Your breath is only coming from the nakshatra, not from the Rashi. Rashi will give you food to eat. If you don't eat for one day, you will not die. But if you don't breathe for one day, you are dead. Dead people don't breathe for one day or more. So you must keep in mind that you have to breathe, and the planet that makes you breathe is the Lord of the Nakshatra. So whatever happens, this Lord of Janma Nakshatra has to be made strong by some manner, by some method. We will see whether we can learn some methods this time. Shani is Ayush Karaka. He is the God's hand for Ashtama Bhava. Ashtama Bhava is Ayu Bhava. It is what keeps you alive. So stay alive, don't die. Shani Yoga with Ashtama Bhava or Rogesha is very auspicious. If Saturn is conjunct, look at this Jataka. Saturn is in the 8th house. It is fantastic. Saturn is the lord of the 8th house in the 8th house. Very nice. But the other 8th lord Rahu is bad. This is very bad fellow. Shani is so nice in the 8th house. Even if you want to die, you will not die. Somebody else will die, you will not die. You will somehow come back alive. Shani retrograde, you will get up from the grave and walk back. People are carrying your dead body, suddenly you will get up, hello, I'm alive. You know, Shani retrograde is beautiful. You don't die. So it is very good. Now, if Saturn is having conjunction with the 8th house or 8th lord, you will get inheritance. You will get some inheritance. Now, what is the inheritance you want? You want physical inheritance, you want knowledge inheritance. What do you want? That will depend upon planets and nakshatras and so many things. But some inheritance will come if Saturn is there. Now, inheritance of wealth, inheritance of longevity, what are you getting? So sometimes while saying longevity, we check. How long did your grandfather live? Oh, he lived till 90. Then you will live till 90 because you have inherited the genetic code of grandfather. You see, Saturn is aspecting Jupiter. Saturn once is aspecting 8th house and Saturn is aspecting Jupiter. You will get longevity as per grandfather. You do naman to your grandfather, you will live long. So you try to understand. Saturn is looking at different. Here, let us see. Saturn is looking at Mercury. Saturn is looking at Venus, and it is there in the 8th house. So Saturn is deciding. I should give you longevity like your wife. Okay, you die just after your wife. There won't be much gap between you and your wife. Nice, huh? Nice. So everybody will say, "Oh, what a beautiful couple, huh? They both died together." Shani in Kendra from Janma Taresha. Now look at this. Shani in Kendra from Janma. Who was the Janma Taresha over here? Moon is in Ashlesha, Janma Taresha is Mercury. So this is Vayu. Vayu controller. Is Shani in a Kendra? Yes, it is in a Kendra. So one thing that is guaranteed is the long life. But unfortunately, so much of sorrow is also there. So you will live long, but you will have sorrow. Do you want to check an example? Try the horoscope of Lord Krishna. Moon is in Rohini. Who is the Lord of Rohini? Moon. Wow, so easy. Is Shani in a Kendra? Shani is in the 7th house in Lord Krishna chart. From the moon, from the Lagna, Lord Krishna lived from 120 plus years. Wow, it works perfectly. So because you know what, that yoga of Ayu was not disturbed by anybody. Look at this Olympic gold 100-meter run. I want you to examine Saturn and the Prana. This is Mrigashira Nakshatra. Who is the lord of that? Mars. Where is Mars? Mars is in Cancer. Okay. Second thing, there is Pranapada. Where is Pranapada? Pranapada is here. Excellent. If Pranapada is with Agni, it is very good. Why? Because if you see the tattvas in the body, there is Vayu, and just below Vayu is Agni. Agni is pulling Vayu. The power to pull Vayu is Agni. Try this. You light a candle and you will see that the air from all the sides will come to the fire. Wherever there is fire, air from all the sides is running to the fire. So Agni is there in the stomach. Because Agni is there in the stomach, Vayu is being pulled into my lungs. What happens if my stomach becomes cold? If my stomach becomes cold, I will have breathing problem. So breathing problem is not because of chest. Breathing problem is because your stomach has become cold. Totally different way of looking at the body. We are looking at chakras. If your Agni, your Nabhi, your navel is cold. If your navel is cold, your chest will not be able to breathe. This must have Agni. But if this has too much Agni, then also you cannot breathe. Cold is not good. Very hot is not good. It must be warm. Okay? So if Pranapada is with Mangal, you are having the power to activate the Agni. That means God has given you what you call, you have seen those, some kind of a fire. You are having a fire jumper. So every time your lungs are stopping to breathe, your Mangal is jumping, thub, 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 and it is again starting, you are breathing again. So remember this, Pranapada associated with Mangal is very blessed Agni. Agni is awesome in your chart. Now very Shani in this horoscope, from Pranapada it is 8th house. Wow. And it is aspected by Mangal. Okay, who is the Lord of the Janma Taresha? Mangal. From here it is 8. So, is this good? Is this bad? You see, you must understand, in Kendra is long life. But if these planets are having in 8th house, it is fantastic, I told you. So Saturn in the 8th house from any Lagna. Pranapada is a Lagna. Pranapada is a Lagna. So from Pranapada, if Saturn is in 8th house, wow. It is wow. Pranapada, 5th house Saturn, very bad. Very bad. 8th house, super. Why is 5th house Shani bad? Too much depression. Too much depression. Very sad. Shani in the 8th house, there is sorrow. There is sorrow. I'm not denying it. But you can breathe very strong. Because of that, he is winning this 100-meter Olympic final and all that. Olympic 100 meters, you have to breathe very strong. Here, this one got Olympic gold in swimming. Let us check him. His Pranapada is in Mula Nakshatra. Okay, Pranapada is in Mula Nakshatra, conjoined Ketu, the Lord of Mula Nakshatra. You see that? And the moon is also in Mula Nakshatra. Wow. Moon is in Mula, Janma Nakshatra Lord is Ketu, and that has gone and conjoined Pranapada. And Ketu is also Agni, no? This is also Agni. So that is very good. And from here, where is Shani? It is 11th house. Oh, this is super. Very nice. From Lagna, how is Shani? It is in Digbala. Digbala Shani is, so we say Shani is fantastic, right? How is Shani? It is Digbala. So normally, I have seen many astrologers, they say, your Shani is in Digbala, your Vayu is strong. Wrong. Wrong. Shani in Digbala does not make Vayu strong. Shani in Digbala means Jala is strong. Shani in Digbala means Jala is strong. Why? Because the Devata for that is Varuna. The Devata who has woken up. Which Devata has woken up? It is Varuna. Varuna is the god of waters and he is blessing you. If the god of water is blessing you, you better go to water. You better do swimming. See, he got Olympic gold in swimming. See, look at Lord Krishna. He was born in Mathura. But he has also got Shani in 7th house. So Lord Krishna is very clever. So he went straight to Dwarka, right in the ocean, right next to the ocean, right next to Varuna, and he made the kingdom, which was so rich and prosperous and powerful. So remember, if you have Saturn in the 7th house, run to the ocean, run to the god of waters, have a swimming pool in the house, dive into the, take a shower twice a day. Good for you. Okay? So Saturn is good in Trika houses. What is the rule? Saturn is very, very good in Trika houses. In 3rd house, 6th house, and 11th house. These are called Trika. Saturn is very good. In the previous chart, Saturn was in 6th house. In this chart, Saturn is in 11th house. And why? Because Brahma, Trika is Brahma, the creator. So when a planet goes to houses which are liked by his devata, then that planet gets a benefit. Okay? Okay. I am going very slowly, That is not right. Look at this chart. This kid, this baby had a life of 3 minutes. Only 3 minutes. Born 60, 120, 180 seconds dead. Why so bad? Why so low longevity? Again, look at the Pranapada. Pranapada is again in Mula. Ketu is in Mula. Just like the swimmer, just like the previous chart. You see, Pranapada and Ketu are both in Mula Nakshatra, just like previous chart. Where is the moon? Moon is in Uttara Falguni. So who is the lord of the Janma Nakshatra? Sun. Oh. So how is Surya? Surya has to give Vayu, breath. So see, your Janma Nakshatra lord is Surya. He is debilitated. You see that sun is debilitated, is in Marana Karakasthana. 7-pound baby born with 4 legs. 4 legs. Oh my God. Why 4 legs? This is 12th house. 12th house have to do with feet. So 4 legs means 4 feet. He lived for 3 minutes. So there was some terrible abnormality. Some terrible thing was there. So you can clearly see once again Janma Nakshatra Lord, this one, if he is debilitated, you will not have wind. Vayu, finish. If exalted, if let us say the sun is exalted over here, you have excess quota. Why are you having excess quota? Because exalted planet is like avatar. That avatar has decided you get extra quota because the avatar is sitting here in the anatha. He can give you quota, extra quota. He is like one very powerful one. So he's giving you the quota, extra longevity. Keep that in mind. So now we go to the grief of Saturn. This is that you can see the list of planets. Different planets give us different things. Surya is giving us a soul. Chandra is giving us a mind. Mangal is giving us strength. Buddha is giving us the voice. Jupiter is giving us intelligence. Venus is giving us comfort, sukha. Sukha in this loka is comforts of every kind. Saturn is giving dukkha. And Rahu is giving ahankara. So these are what the 8 charakarakas are giving us. If at birth these graha are strong, so also their significations will be equally strong. But for Saturn, it is converse. A strong Saturn brings more dukkha. A weak Saturn, less dukkha. Okay. Now we learn about shadow of Saturn. This is a very beginner class. So please bear with me. Basically, this is only for beginners. Now let us go to what? What is Saturn? What is Shani? What is Shani? Saturn is in the sky. Saturn is running somewhere in the sky. How does it affect my life? I mean, I am sitting in Bulok, I am drinking water, my coffee is becoming cold. So, how is Saturn affecting me? Every day the sun is rising in the morning over here. So at 6 a.m., the sun has risen. And you look at where is the shadow? A long shadow is in the west. Now, sunrise shadow. So, what is the shadow? Sunrise shadow is longest. And it is in which direction? In western direction. Which house is west? Seventh house. That is why Saturn is exalted in Libra. And Libra is the western direction. Wow. So we learned two important things from here. Sunrise, the longest shadow is in seventh house. This shadow is Shani. He is absolutely faithful like a dog. When you stand in light, a shadow will follow you. So long as you are having shadow, you are alive. One day you will wake up and you will look, oops, where is my shadow? I don't have shadow. The day you don't have shadow, you know you are dead. You see how to know you are dead. When you don't have shadow, you are dead. When you have shadow, you are alive. So shadow is Shani. Shadow is Ayush Karaka. So therefore shadow is good for you. It means you are alive. So this shadow is in the western direction. Do you see that? So that is why Shani is very strong in the west. When Shani is in the west, we say it is very strong. It is like the morning, the time, the kala, the time is like early morning. It is like sunrise. At midday, the shadow is very small, very smallest shadow. Shani, very small. Shani is hiding. Shani has become dwarf. Shani is very little. He is hiding. Who is very powerful now? We say it is midday, Madhyana. In midday, we say Vishnu has very powerful. When Vishnu is very powerful, Shani is hiding. Are baap re baap. Why? Vishnu is looking here and there and he's saying, who is impure? Everybody has to be pure. Have you taken bath in the morning? The person who has not taken bath gets the beating from Vishnu that day. Keep that in mind. So Vishnu means purity. Vishnu means purity. He's given you time from morning till noon. You take a bath and become clean, otherwise he will catch you at midday and give you a beating. So therefore, do not make Shani strong for midday. Then the Surya goes off into the sunset. It goes like this to sunset, evening sunset. This is 6 p.m. Huh? There, the evening shadow has come to the east. But east was Lagna. So Shani has come to Lagna. Here Shani has come to 7th house. So Shani in 7th house is very good. It is like morning. It is like good health. It is like long life. Shani has come to Lagna. It is very bad. It is dying. The sunlight will finish. The light will finish. The life will finish. It is like death. So that is why the shadow is telling us what you are going to experience. What you experience is the shadow. So Panchanga time is sunrise. Because Panchanga time is sunrise, Saturn is strong in the west. The Digbala of Saturn is in the west. Because Panchanga time is sunrise time. Okay? Sunset shadow is the longest to the east. Shadow comes to Lagna, which is death, end of life, Ayu. So this was about the day. This was about sunrise and sunset. And you will remember, the shadow is Shani. Shadow is very, very critical. Shadow is Shani. You have to remember that. Now, when the sun is in the equator, now come to Earth, the sun and the Earth. Thus, there is a earth which is going round and round and round and round, and the sun is going up and down like this. It is coming up to the Tropic of Cancer, then it is going down to the Tropic of Capricorn. This Tropic of Cancer, Capricorn, complicated. Remember, summer it will come to Kolkata, and winter it will go to Sydney. So Kolkata, Sydney, Kolkata, Sydney. It's a flight. There's a flight. This flight is coming to Kolkata, then it is going off to Sydney. Right? So there is a constant fluctuation between Kolkata and Sydney. So when it comes to Kolkata, when the sun has come to the north, where is the shadow? The shadow is in the south. Do you see that? Because if the sun has come to the northern hemisphere, the shadow has gone to southern hemisphere. When the sun is in the southern hemisphere, the shadow is in the northern hemisphere. Do you understand that now? Very easy to understand. This is called Ayana Chalana. This is called Ayana Chalana. You cannot understand Uttarayana and Dakshinayana without shadow. You have to understand shadow. This whole thing that I am talking to you is the beginning of something called Chaya Shastra. What is it called? Chaya Shastra. So Chaya Shastra is detailed knowledge of the shadow. You must have very detailed knowledge. So let us talk about Ayana. Look at the sun. When the sun is here, when the sun is here, when the sun is exactly at the equator, when the sun is exactly at the equator, right? And let us say it is in Capricorn, then Vishnu is waking up. Who is waking up? Vishnu is waking up. And then Uttara Ayana is starting. Means the sun is going up. The sun is going up, it goes to Aries, goes till Gemini. So from Capricorn to Gemini, the sun is in northern hemisphere. So where is the shadow? The shadow is in south. So we say that the Devas, where are the Devas? The Devas are in the north. So the Devas have woken up. Why? Because the sun has come to the Devas. The job of the sun is to wake up everybody. Get up, get up, get up. So like that, when Surya has come over here, the Devas will wake up. For 6 months, they stay awake. Right? Because from Capricorn to this, they are awake. Then over here, the sun passes the equator again and it starts going down. So when the sun goes down, it goes to Karka. Then it goes here, lower. The Pitris are going to wake up. Pitris. So the Pitris means over here, here Vishnu is sleeping. Ananta Shayana will happen when the sun is here in Gemini. When the sun is in Gemini, the Ananta Shayana will happen, and so Bhagwan Vishnu will go to sleep. He will retire to the bedroom. He's not sleeping, he's retiring. Then he will sleep. So when the sun comes to Cancer, at that time on Krishna Tritiya, on Shukla Tritiya, I think Shukla or Krishna Tritiya, he will sleep. Before that, Shiva wakes up. So Vishnu does not sleep until Shiva has woken. Very interesting. So Vishnu goes into deep slumber when he says, Shiva has woken up, I don't have to worry, he will take care of the world. So from here it is Shiva and the Pitris. Shiva and Pitris. But it is night time. It is night of the Devas. It is night for the Devas. So if it is night for the Devas, what is Lord Shiva going to do? It is night time. All the Devatas are sleeping. Let me meditate. So Lord Shiva goes into deep meditation. When is Shiva meditating? He is meditating in the night. He is meditating in the night. Keep this in mind. This meditation in the night is called Turiya. It is called Turiya meditation. And that is the derivation of the Turiya Gayatri. That is why people meditate in the night so that they become one with Shiva and do not come back to Bhuluka. They want to become one with the Devas. They want to, this light has to go and merge with Shiva, then it will not come back. So that is the reason, the meaning behind Jesus Christ meditated at midnight. I think so. And all of them, the big ones, all of them meditate in the night. So night meditation, Turiya meditation is very important. Many people tell me, Guruji, I'm meditating in the morning. It's excellent. Resign from your job, sleep at home, be happy. But if you meditate in the night, you will become very, very spiritual. So I hope you understood this about Turiya and also. So Dakshinayana is about meditation, is about the Pitris, is about the Rishis, is about the. So when Surya will come to Cancer, you are the Devas. This is where you start praying to Rudra Deva and the Shiva for protection. Then Surya, when he goes to Leo, you have to pray to Krishna and the Pitris. This is called Bhadra Masa. In the Bhadra Masa, you will have to pray to. If you do not pray to the Pitris, this 6 months will be horrible. So people ask me, what is a simple formula? I mean, there's so many pujas and all complicated. Very simple, very simple. When sun is in Uttarayana, you just meditate with one mantra. Swaha. One mantra. Swaha. Swa is self. Swa is self. So swa plus aha. Aha. Swaha. And here swadha. Swa plus dha. So this is swa plus dha and that is swa plus ha. Swaha, swadha, two mantras. In Uttarayana, swaha, Dakshinayana, swadha, Uttarayana, deva, Dakshinayana, pitri. So if you are doing a deva puja, let us say I am doing Krishna puja. First question, Krishna is a deva or he is a pitri? Krishna is deva. Come on, Krishna is deva. So it is always swaha. Always swaha. Vishnu, swaha. Shiva, swaha. Rudra. Rudra is a deva or not? Rudra is a deva. Swaha. Brahma is a deva. Swaha. All the Dikpalas, Devatas, swaha. Pitris, swadha. Do you know any names of Pitris? You don't. Bari, Soma. You don't know any of the Pitris. You should learn more. You have to learn a lot more. Who are these Pitris? Who are the Devas? I should know them. Right? You've got to make some effort to know them. Okay. So this is the chart of Shri Ram. So now we are going to learn about Saturn and some symbols, that exaltation and the retrograde symbol I've used over here. I think my time is finishing. And I'm required to give 15. Let me finish this slide. This is important. Now Saturn. Saturn is exalted. You can see he's in Libra. So in Libra, Saturn is exalted, right? And he's retrograde. So when a planet is retrograde, in order to understand phala means result, you write down the planet in the opposite sign. So it is direct in the opposite sign. It is direct in the opposite sign. So when a planet is retrograde, he is behaving as if he is in the opposite sign. So in other words, a planet which is retrograde is here, opposite, always. So when a planet is moving forward, let us say Saturn was here moving forward, it is fine, retrograde is there. So you understood that. So what is the kind of result I should expect when Saturn Dasha will come? Saturn is in the Arudha. If Saturn is in the Arudha, it is called Arudha Bhanga. So that means the Arudha will fall. The Arudha will break. Am I being clear? Good. So therefore in Saturn Dasha, the Arudha will break and we all know what happened to Ram, his father. Who caused the problem? the Saturn shadow came on the sun. So it is the father who sent him to exile. I mean, everybody has twisted the story, this, that, this, that. No, it was Kaikai who told Dasharatha. I don't care who did what. Dasharatha was the father. If Dasharatha loved Ram so much, he should have taken his big sword and chopped his head. Pata, cut your head. How could that throat do that to Ram? That is a big blunder you have done. But anyway, that was not a blunder. I mean, Dasharath, had he not sent Ram, right now all Asuras would be in the planet, you know. So in a way, everything turns out to be for good. So Saturn debilitated, he caused this one mass. For how long was the period? Count from Saturn, wherever Saturn is placed, to Aquarius. Why Aquarius? This is the office. All planets do work. Why are you reborn? You are reborn for karma. Remember this word karma. And karma means, another word for this in Jyotish you will learn is Mula Trikona. So the word karma should translate automatically to Mula Trikona. Did you understand that? So you count from Saturn to his office. How long is that? So I get 1 in Libra, 2 out here, 3 out here, 4 out here, 5 years. So the formula is 5 minus 1, which is equal to 4 years. Now if the planet is exalted, if it is exalted, I will add 1. So this will be 4 plus 1, which is 5. If the planet was debilitated, I would get minus 1, 4 minus 1, which is 3. So this is not applicable. It is exalted, so 5. Now what is the Vimshottari Dasha? Dasha of Shani is 19 years. From 19 years, I will reduce 5. I get 14 years, 1 Shani. So the real Shani is 14 years. Do you get it? The real Shani is only 14 years. That's so nice, is it? Yeah. So you can know. I mean, like that you can calculate how much pain do I have to see. Is the whole 19 years going to be hell, or so? As far as Shani is concerned, he got 14 years. So you got the formula why he got 14 years. Second, where is Shani? The Phala. The Phala means what you are getting is Phala. Phala is here, is Aries. The result is getting Saturn in Aries result. But Aries, Saturn is physically not there. Saturn is not there physically in Aries. Who is there in Aries? The sun is there in Aries. What is the color that the sun likes? Sun likes saffron. Sun likes the saffron color. So therefore, the Saturn is totally getting into the sun. So therefore, the robes of the sadhu became saffron. So this is called Sadhu Rupi Bhagwan. The only time when Bhagwan wore the clothes or the dress of a sadhu, of a monk, is as Ram Avatar. Therefore, if you want to become a monk, if you want to become like a monk, if you want the Gerua to be on your body, may not be in this life, at least next life, start saying Ram, 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 and the Gerua will come. If Ram will come, Gerua will come. If Ram doesn't come, Gerua will not come. So all those things happened. Look at the 10th house. He lost the kingdom, 10th house is gone. He lost his father, Surya is gone. He lost his home, 4th house is gone. Look at Shani. Now Shani is aspecting Jupiter. You see, he's aspecting Jupiter. 9th Lord. He goes away from the Guru. Guru Vasishta was in Ayodhya. He left Guru and went away. He aspects the moon. Left the mother and went away. Left his people and went away. Shani is aspecting Rahu. Ravana suddenly came into his life. I mean, Ravana. There was no need for that. Ravana came into his life. You see that? And how did Ravana come into his life? Shani is sitting in the house of Venus, so tormented his wife by sending all that Supranakha and all that. Anyway, all that you can read. So because of the drishti of Shani on Rahu, you see, You must understand, Saturn has the ultimate power to destroy. When he grabs you, your head will not function properly. It will be full of vata and your thoughts will be all over the place. It is called Kali Yuga will come on your head. That is what Shani did. Shani looked at Rahu. When Shani looked at Rahu, and Rahu is debilitated. So what happened with this? Not only Ravana, the entire Rakshasa clan was wiped out. And why did that happen? Because this is the sixth house. So Shani destroyed all the cannibals and everything. I think my destiny is to talk till this much. Next time I will complete the slides and I will end the show now. And I will sort of, how many have I done? I've done 11 slides, not bad. I planned 44, I ended up with 11. So your questions, where do I see the questions? Where am I going to see the questions? So let me bring this to the front. Yeah, comments and chats. Guruji Saturn involved in a curse named Preta Badak, Sarpa Shraddha, Shraddha Yoga. Oh yeah, there are so many things. Look, there are all this stuff associated with Saturn. If my basics are not clear, even to understand something like Preta, like look at Rama's basics. Pitrisha. Sun Saturn is Pitri Dosha. I should have talked more about Pitri Doshas. But I didn't talk about that because, my time is limited. And so, what is? Yeah. You're having trouble connecting with me. Okay. Somebody has to ask. Akila, you will have to ask me because. Can you just summarize the questions for me? That will be easy for me. Your audio is on. Girish, could you switch on her audio?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, your audio is on.
Okay. I think we have a few questions, very interesting ones. From Sharmi. Okay, so I think Girish has put up. Krishnadas ji has put.
Okay, related to your book, Vedic Remedies, you have clearly mentioned not to wear any gemstones on the index finger. Is there any change in that? Yes. See, I was wearing this in this finger for such a long time. So many years I wore this over here. You see that? This is the way I like to wear it. Because you know what? With this, my energy level was always superb and my focus was on there. I was not bothered about politics, not bothered about power. I left the government, everything. I focused on good karma, good life. But because of health issues, now I have to wear this cat's eye, you see, in my ring finger. And I'm forced, where will I wear this? I will not wear it. I've no other option. You see that? So therefore, unless I have to, why will I wear the Pukhraj in the index finger? You want to be a politician, you can wear it there. But otherwise, am I clear? I will always wear the Pushparagam in the Anamika. Always. Never in the Tarjani. But if I really have that kind of money, I'll wear it in my neck. One whole. Okay, next question. I have Saturn in the 4th, retrograde in Dhanu Rashi, correct? Aspecting Rahu and Mars in the 6th, okay? Will the enemies be destroyed in the sense, will I have more enemies? Look, Srinidhi, you are Kanya Lagna because Saturn is in 4th in Dhanu Rashi. Firstly, Shani in Dhanu Rashi is very nice. Shani in Dhanu Rashi is fantastic. But the problem is not that. The problem is retrograde Saturn. When Saturn is retrograde, he is going to trouble you at work. He will really trouble you at work. He does not want you to become CEO. He does not want you to become the top guy. You see the problem over here. He wants you to be humble. So keep that in mind. Saturn's drishti is in the sixth house, where Rahu and Mars are in the sixth house, just like Shri Ram. Shri Ram fought and won the battle. You will win the battle, but the condition is very clear. You will also have to do the mantras of Chandi. If you do the Chandika mantra, then only you can destroy the negatives that are being created by Rahu in the sixth house. Rahu in the sixth house will always, it is multi-headed demon. One enemy gone, another enemy is there. Another enemy gone, another enemy is there. One problem here, another. So basically it is too much. Rahu and Mars shows fighting. You have to fight for it. Eighth lord in the sixth is dispositor against sixth house. So people may say it is Viparita Yoga, it is good. According to me, Viparita Yoga is not good. Why have enemies? Why you have to kill enemies? Why your life is filled with killing people and destroying enemies? Why my life is not filled with books that I can study all the time? Right? So think about it. So it is better that you focus on. How are the significators different from SA? Saturn in the 8th house versus 12th house. Also, if Saturn is retrograde in the 12th house, is this strong or weak? Look, malefics in upachayas are good. Malefics are good in upachaya. Upachaya are 3, 6, 10 and 11. Malefics are not good in the 12th house. Do not come under any idea that malefics in the 12th house are good. If Saturn is in the 12th house, you will have depression in your personal life. You will want to leave everything and go away. 12th house is your mind. Your mind will have a lot of depression. Your mind is born, so thoughts which will come will be depressing thoughts. You will have to. So, which is the what to do when you have Shani in 12th house? Fast on Shivaratri. There is something called Masik Shivaratri. You fast on Masik Shivaratri, pray to Lord Shiva, do Om Namah Shivaya. Shani in 12th house will vanish. The 12th house problem will go away. Otherwise, it is Karaka Bhava Nasha. Your sleep is disturbed. You will not be able to have deep sleep. You have long sleep, but not deep, very superficial. Things like that, diseases, hospitals, so many things. Expenses, bad expenses. 8th house Shani is good for longevity, but too much of sorrows there. No? I gave that example, remember? 8th house Saturn. Extend it over there, Karaka Bhavanash. So basically the 8th house negatives become too much. But long life also to face them. But 12th house, long sleep. Kumbhakarna. Come on. So whichever Karakatva will be given to Saturn, will that relation be giver of grief? Poonam, the Saturn is Karaka for two houses. 8th house, 12th house. Karakatva means bhava lordships. Yes. Whichever bhava Saturn is placed in, that bhava you will have terrible suffering. I could not complete that grief of Shani. Otherwise, I would have given you so many examples. Shani, whichever house it is placed, you will get sorrow. But that sorrow you are getting because in last life you gave them sorrow. In the previous life you gave them sorrow, so in this life you are getting it. Acha, Shri Ram had Shani in 4th house. So he will get sorrow from whom? From mother. Right? He will get sorrow from mother. Previous life. Previous life was Parashurama. Remember the previous avatar. Before Rama, he was Parashurama avatar. In Parashurama avatar, what do you know about Parashurama and his mother? Did Parashurama punish his mother? That is why the karma come back. So Shani is very simple. Whatever you did in the previous life, he will bring that and bring it here. Guruji, Saturn is involved in a curse named Preta Badhaka. Right? Preta Badhaka is caused by Saturn and Rahu combination. Sarpa Shraddha. Sarpa Shraddha. Shraddha Yoga. Shraddha Yogas of every kind. When we hear it as a young people, it is like fear mongering. Should we get afraid of it? Look, Shani and Rahu will be in one Rashi for about a year and a half sometimes. How many people are born in that 1 year? Why should everybody have a fear of that yoga? That is not fair. That is not correct. If you are having Saturn Rahu combination, that means that particular house has an issue. Maybe that house requires you to work. For example, many years back, one young doctor had come to me. He had Saturn and Rahu in Leo Lagna. And he was terribly scared because everybody had told, oh my God, Shraddh Yogi, Yoga, it is in so Singhlagan and this and that, it is horrible, terrible, whatnot. I told him, you will be a fantastic doctor deal in Leo. Which Rashi it is? Leo. So Leo is which part of the body? Stomach region. You will be even capable of exchanging organ transplant doctor. You study hard and become, and he went on. He listened to me. He went to US. He became organ transplant doctor. Now he's in Lucknow. He's one of the top doctors of this country. Absolutely tops in his job. So how is it bad? A yoga that is making you so good in your profession, the tops in your profession, how did it become bad? Right. Okay, I think we are done.
Yes, sir. As we are approaching towards the end of today's masterclass, I want to extend a sincere thank you to all of you for your active participation and insightful questions. Your engagement truly enriches our discussion and learning experience. I would like to once again express our deepest gratitude to Sri Pandit Sanjay Rajji for taking the time to share his knowledge and for delivering such a compelling masterclass. Before we part ways, I'd like to remind you that this is just one of many exciting sessions we have lined up in our Vedic Astrology Masterclass series. Our next session will take place on Saturday, 21st September 2024, where we will explore astrology and heart health, predictions and insights with Professor Dr. N.S. Murthy, my guru and my father. It promises to be yet another enlightening experience, and we hope you will join us once again. Thank you once again for being part of today's masterclass. We look forward to seeing you at our upcoming masterclass series. Until then, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep pushing the boundaries of your knowledge. Namaste.